doing a little stick prep. Want to show you that my old True Stick right here, I just put some Buttendz grips on it. I get these made at this place called Velo Ink. So yeah, no, I'm not getting pro sticks, but I do like to make sure that when my stick is lost or if I leave it on a bench or something, someone knows whose it is. You could also just write it on the bottom or something. But I've been using these True Hazardous sticks because I like the low kick point, but I cannot afford the high-end 9X model or whatever it is, which sits in the 300 to 400 region for cost. So as you know, on one of my episodes, I featured, and I had a chat with, actually I had a chat with True Hockey, but mostly about their skates, and their speed sticks, or because they're matching speed skates. But I talked with Zechariah Thomas, who is the Wonder Kid, we'll call him, because he is now was voted 30 under 30 on Forbes magazine for this great company that I loved having a conversation with about. Definitely check it out in the episode. But he wanted to make sticks that were made as well as a $300 to $400 stick. Some are $400 or $500 now, some of these crazy ones. And you know, something in the 150 to 180 region is what he basically has. This stick that I got is way lighter than the one I got, the True that I had. The curve, the 88, which is kind of a mid curve. Some kids might like to call it the old man curve. Patrick Kane had it, you know, Zetterberg, all these guys. But I tend to like this kind of stick. I tend to like this kind of curve. Something I really am noticing, I don't know if you can see it in the camera here, but there's actually some tooth to the blade. Like, I think I might not have to worry about, you know, if I used a Res Tech or something like that with this, but it's almost like, I don't know if you can get it on my microphone and hear it. It's kind of got a little like grit to it, which I really, really like. I don't think I've ever had a stick that had something like that. Also, this thing is just lovely. Like, look how amazing it is. Something I did off, one thing you got to do when you're prepping your sticks, your stick prep is your stick prep. After doing it for as many years as I have, I do it very, very, very specifically every single time. Also, if you don't have a lot of tools, I know a lot of you young kids don't have tools. If you're a hockey player, you need a hacksaw. It's just what you got to do. You can take the blade off, throw it in the handle, put it in your locker, put it in all your equipment or something. Whatever you got to do, you need to have a hacksaw. Basically, to save all the noise from it, I already took off about this much to make sure that when you take your old stick and put them together, they're just about the same, you know? This is without I always put the plug back in. A lot of guys don't, but I think the integrity of the stick, whether you get dirt in here, whether you get water in here, or, you know, I don't think these things were made to be hurt on the inside. So what I usually do is I keep the plug. The problem with the plug, though, is they kind of come out. The reason they disappear is they come off really easy. And there's a very simple way to fix that. You just grab a little piece of tape. I decided that I'm going to go to black tape instead of white because I haven't been scoring it a little bit. And I played Monday, and guess what? Top cheddar backhand, so there you go. I basically just put 1 or 2 pieces of tape on this. Something super small, so that it ends up kind of looking more like this. And then now it's pretty tight. So gotta have to press that in, turn the stick over, and on the ground, this thing is ready for you and your weight. So just kind of press it in a little bit. Then you're not gonna lose it. See? I don't think I can get this out anymore. So Also, I've been using Tachymac grips. They tend to be a little cheaper, but they aren't as durable. And I'm finally gonna try out these Buttendz and see what they do. I like the way they look. I also like, my favorite thing that they never mention in anything is that this is reusable. If this stick breaks and I gotta get another stick, I can actually take this off and reapply it to the next stick. So I don't have to buy one every single time. That was a little bit of my problem with Buttendz, is that for the price point, if I'm paying, $170 for a stick, and then I have to pay an extra $25 or $20 to $25 US to get this on there, and then I'm paying tape for every time. I tape my sticks pretty often, so I got to make sure that I have that. So Buttendz has really great videos, and the thing that's great is the packaging. I can leave this little spray that it comes with pretty easily. So basically, you just have to go in and take this kind of soapy stuff, and there we go. Get it going. Make sure it's coated kind of all the way on the inside from both sides, as the video says, and then you kind of put it. You got to put it on the stick where. So it kind of has a nice little easy way to get in there. So basically I take that, I'm keeping my stick kind of gripped between my legs here, just so it comes on and off and easier to deal with. But as you can see, holy crap, goes really easy. Just kind of twist that thing down. Get it till you start to see the top. As you can see, it's pretty smooth and perfect. So one thing that because it's got a graphic that kind of goes all over the place, definitely kind of move it so that little line ends up relatively straight. There we go, get some light on there. So this is good now. From what they told me, this takes about overnight to kind of harden, and it really doesn't seem to be moving. Other things I like to do, as far as we'll call them a little extra accoutrements. Let me grab a towel here. Take off some of that excess. I'm a big ally to the LGBTQ plus community, and I have a tendency, I don't like to put it all over my blade because I like white or black tape, and that's to each his own. But I do, just to kind of support this really great company, Pride Tape. Connor McDavid supports them. A lot of NHLers do. A lot of pro hockey players all over the world do, because the sport should be for everybody, not just wealthy white dudes. So I put a little bit underneath the blade so I can kind of see all the colors. And if you see someone with this tape, don't start ripping on them or razzing them or anything else. That's their beliefs. That's what they think, and let them be them. It's not, if you be you and let your teammates, your friends, let them be them. See, I got a little extra here. All right, and got all the colors. I'm gonna take this and just rip it. I didn't get the yellow because it didn't go as far as I wanted it to. One thing, when you buy a stick, it's gonna come with this little guy, and those are warranty stickers. It says right on them, do not take them off, or your 30-day warranty that usually comes with every stick is not going to, they're not going to listen to that, because they need to scan that. So it's got a skew on it. Another thing I like to do, like I mentioned, I get these from Velo Ink. I like, you can kind of be customizable with them. I actually have the flag of New York City and the flag of Detroit on there. I tend to put it where, when people ask me like, oh, what flex is that, or what curve is that, I try to make sure I can still see that stuff. So as you see, I got a little personalization there. All right, now let's go to actually the blade and how I deal with the blade. Some people feel like they can go toe to heel. Generally, that is not how it's done. It goes heel to toe. And that is, again, personal preference. I've always gone heel to toe. I know people that go toe to heel. It's definitely up to you. I like to make sure that I tape the toe. So I take a little piece off. This new tape is not rippy very easily. Okay. That one didn't work too well. So again, you really got to make sure your tape job is your tape job. People shouldn't be doing your tape. Your parents shouldn't be doing your tape. And, you know, at least, you know, after you're 7, you should start to know how to tape your own stick. All right. So that kind of gets the end with a little tape on it. You can see, as you can see. And then now some people like to only use a little bit. Like you'll notice even David Pasternak has gone to adding more tape back onto his stick. So I have a tendency to go just before the heel. Now the key is, the first one is really good to just take your thumb and really even it out. You shouldn't have bubbles. There shouldn't be like little pieces coming off of this. I should just be able to go. And also you should be putting pressure and pull as you're doing this. And as you're doing it, you can still kind of get your thumb on there to make sure that it's nice and smooth. And you can see, like, I'm really pulling. Oh, my hands are basically going, my right one's going right and my left one's going left. I'm really pulling on this. So one thing I like to do, kind of where I shoot, is I add a little extra tape. Make it real close. And that's, again, personal preference, just the way I've kind of taped my stick for a long time. And then once you get to the toe, I start to kind of go back into a normal kind of, basically the tape is basically half over half. So I'm always like 50% over the one behind it. Keep going. Keep going. Now, you're going to start to see that there's a little extra tape here. That's okay. And the bottom, there's a little extra tape there. That's okay. Because sometimes when it rolls around, that's kind of how you end up with it. So I make sure, you'll see I got my little I call them my bat ears or cat ears. Grab my trusty scissors here. And I basically just cut that off. Cut that off. And you can see the entire toe is covered now. The entire toe. Okay. Other prep stuff. I gotta kind of rub this down, make sure there's nothing really bubbling on it, right? A lot of people use stick wax. I tend to use Mr. Zog's. It's basically a surf wax that they started using as a hockey tape wax. It smells really good. This is grape. And I try to make sure that I don't like to overcoat. A lot of guys love, as you can see, it went from kind of black here to, there's the tape a bit. Basically, don't apply wax like you're opposing the tape, because all that's going to happen is the tape's going to open up. A little extra on the toe. So all the wax is supposed to do, not supposed to stick to pucks and all this other crap that you see online. It's basically just supposed to help seal the tape, so that cloth tape that's around water is basically becomes waterproof with this. Okay, let me grab a puck real quick. Best thing with the puck is I always have a puck to finish it, because why wouldn't you have a puck finish it, right? So what I do is I take the puck and I go right on the edge. I take the puck, I go right on the edge here. I kind of press down on the toe, press down on the toe, go right to the edge, go right to the edge. And you'll see there's actually a little wax on the puck now. But that is now game ready to play. Coach Steve's got his name on there. I got my little love for the LGBTQ plus world, and the Buttendz thing is already pretty hard. I would probably wait. I'm not going to play tonight, but I could probably wait to play tomorrow. But now my brand new Switch ZT2 Pro 2, all of its glory, is ready to go. Enjoy. This is Coach Steve, Cross Ice Pass. More episodes coming soon. More little things like this. I like to talk more about everything in hockey. The hockey universe is yours. It's everybody's. Anybody you see, talk to them about it. Talk about how much you love the sport and what it's brought for you. And have a Merry Christmas. Have a hope you had a happy Hanukkah and Happy New Year. And we'll see you soon. The next time you'll see this stick, it'll be on the ice, and I'll tell you how it feels. Take care.